Hi everyone, welcome, Ryan here. How's it all going? Today we're going to be using the Makita 2012NB. Had to look at the label. We haven't used this for a while, but we do use it every now and then to get us out of trouble. The idea that it was that it works in our ultimate workbench, so obviously it goes in and then slides in. But as you can tell from the bench, we haven't finished everything. We're sort of 95% there, so we need to put a little door on the front here. We've got an air compressor there, so we need to get a door on there. They're the only two that we need to do. Then we need to sort out handles and a couple of panels, and then we are good to go. The idea was that you could just pull it out, put these down, and then have this connected. So if you come around here, Sean. So the idea was, you know, these little hoods come with them. I didn't realise that one actually comes with it. So if you're buying one, don't buy one separately. So I've got two of them now. If you want to buy one off me, let me know. And they simply just go in here. And it slots in like so. Yeah, you nip them up. And then you've got the extraction, but we haven't actually planned for extraction of this diameter down this end of the bench because there's a chop saw in here, and we go in by sort of like 40mm diameter pipe. And you know, it's not the end of the world. I am looking to get an external extractor. We do have a couple, but they're too big, or just a smallish one that we can just wheel over here and connect up when we need, because like I said, we don't use it very often. So for now and for this video, we're just not gonna use this. And you can see I've just put this board here just to stop all the wood chips going here. We don't mind if they drop on the floor because we just literally get the broom and sweep them straight up. All right, today is about using it, testing it out. We've got a couple of bits to do. Hopefully we can go through. Stay there. Hopefully we can do both bits because we've got scaffold boards to thicken this down, and we've got a couple of birch legs. So we're making this console table here, and we've just made them out of birch rather than timber. I think it's a little bit more stable using birch in layers. If you're using timber, they could warp and bow on you. So I thought use a bit of birch, plus we have tons of it lying around. So we glued some strips up to make 60 by 60. And all we're literally gonna do is skim this edge off. So we've clamped them and glued them, and we've got them relatively nice on both faces, but we're literally just skimming the top and bottom just to clean them up basically before we start tapering the legs. So that is what we're doing on this, the four legs for that. So as you can see here, somebody's just called me up and said, can you just thickness a couple of boards for me? I want to make a table. I said, I don't have a jointer. And he said, that's absolutely fine. All he wants me to do is take the cupping out. So we're going to run them through the thicknesser with the cup up, skim it until it's flat. Then we're going to turn it around and keep them going until it's flat again. And I told him, you know, we're going to be losing about 6mm, maybe 7mm, but he's happy with that. And then, yeah, so all I'm doing is a thicknessing service on these boards. So I'm hoping to get that in this video too. So first things first, let's get this turned on and show you the thicknesser in action on some birch ply on edge. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller now by about half a mil, quarter of a mil. And turn it round, do the other face. Right, so this is how they came out. And do you want to do a close-up? Came out nice and smooth. Just very slight. I don't want to go too mad because I need these 60 by 60. So I'm just going to sand that one out, but the rest of them came out really well. Just a little pass. And yeah, I think next what we're going to do, give this a little sweep, and then we'll reset up the size of the thicknesser for the scaffold boards. Yeah, let's do it. Right, so like I said, I'm trying to get the cup out of the boards, okay? So I'm doing the cup up, so the hump up, okay? So it's resting on the two corners so it doesn't wobble as it goes through. Obviously, if you've got the machines, you would need to joint it first, run it through a planer, make it flat, and then put it through a thicknesser after, but we're sort of half cheating. It's not really the correct way of doing things, but if you've only got a thicknesser, this is all you can do. So to work out the distance, I simply put a straight edge on the cup, underneath the cup, and I've measured from that line to the top. It works out about 39 mil. They may all vary, so one might go through easy and not taking any off. One might go through and taking off too much. So we've got to work it through. Once we've got it going, should be fine. So I've set that to 39 mil. Do you know what? I'm going to make it a little bit bigger just to be safe, because we don't want a board getting stuck in there and then ruining my video. You ready, Sean?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, let's do it. See, that took nothing off. But I'm going to run them all through like that first. I've got to take this off, because if one had a bigger cup than another, yeah, let's do them all. I would have my mask on, but I literally can't do the video with the mask on, so. Sean's got his mask on. So these cutters, they're not brand new. We've had this machine for about 1.5 years now, and it's been used a fair amount. From oak to birch ply. So when you're passing through something really wide, you don't really want to take off any more than about 1/2 mil, okay? So I'm going to drop it down 1/2 mil. See if that does anything. So it's a bit of a long process, but the only way you can do it, I guess. So this one came out the best so far with one pass, but you can see there's a lot more to take off. We've got to go at least another 3 mil. So it might be that I won't show you every pass, but we'll show you the finished product. Right, I'm going to try and take off about 1 mil now. Go down to about 37, see what happens. Might be too much. Took off a little bit too much there. Coming out quite nice, isn't it? All right, so that's first face, and we got them pretty flat. We ran it through about 4 times.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times.
So it's nice and flat. And we are on only 35 mil. So we've only in theory taken 3 mil off because these start at 38, which means we're pretty hopeful. Another 2 more mil to bring them down to 33. And we should have a nice thick board still. I didn't really want to go down to 30 if I could help it. So I'm just going to go down another 0.5 mil. Did you notice that we were trying to push it through sometimes? Because, yeah, I set it a little bit too low. Maybe taking about 1.5 mil off in one pass, and it's a little bit too much. Just trying to cheat. So I'm just going to go down 0.5 mil, I think, yeah. So that pass only took a skim off the edges. We went down 0.5 mil. I'm going to drop it down another 0.5 and go for it again after this one. That was first pass, only went down 0.5 mil. You can see it's only skimmed the edges. So we're going to go down 1 more mil, I think. And hopefully we should make a big dent into the roughness in the middle. So we're down to about 34 mil, and I think that's pretty awesome. I think we'll do 1 pass at that on all of them, and then maybe another 0.5 mil and job done. But yeah, I think the hamster's got a nice lifetime supply of bedding now. It's amazing how much dust or how much sawdust comes off of a few boards. But anyway, yeah, so pretty chuffed with the way the thicknesser handled itself. We struggled a couple of times where I made it too small and we both had to push through. Anyone who's done thicknessing before knows the score. You always get one of those ones that you got to shove through really hard. But, you know, there's a couple of little marks on the ends. These will need to be belt sanded. But ultimately we got those cups out. Don't know if you can look down the board. Yeah, they're not too bad. I mean, he's only making a coffee table out of them and he just wanted to get the cups out. And they're all the same. So I think the results are pretty good considering it's a small thicknesser. One thing I was impressed with is when I was pushing them through, the motor didn't bog down. I mean, no matter how small we would have made that, it probably wouldn't have gone through, but I don't think the motor changed tone, or it wouldn't have changed tone. It just kept on turning and spinning, which is good. So it's not like you're pushing it through and it goes, and it just slows down. Yeah, and it works really well. I mean, the increments to turn up and down on the top, you can see, it tells you half a turn is half a mil, which is quite handy. So every time you do half, that's half a mil, which is really cool. And it's a nice smooth motion. It's nice and easy to use. You just flip them down, job done. And to put this on, you literally just use thumb turn screws and nip it back up. I have used it once and it does suck out quite nicely. Yeah, so if we look here, Sean, show this. So if you are planing under 150 mil, the max you can do is 3 mil. If you're planing between 150 to 240, 1.5 mil, and anything over 240, it's a mil. But I'd go on a bit more on the safe side and just go lower than that, especially if you're planing oak and anything's tough. We're just planing softwood, so it's soft, obviously. So like I said, we fired quite a few bits through this. We put pine through it, we put ply on edge through it, we put MDF through it, yep, we have, to get us out of trouble once, and it just chomped through it. Lots of bits and pieces, and it does really do the job. Just to let you know, the motor on it is a 1650 watts, 7.6 amp, and the planer itself can plane up to, or thickness, up to 304 millimeters in width. And it is the Makita 2012 NB. And to be honest, I'm pretty chuffed, and the reason I bought it is because I'm a Makita fan. I wanted the whole workbench to match. Everything in here, you know, from my chop saw to bits and pieces and all my power tools, they're all Makita. And the fact that it just slides in like so, and we can just tuck it away, albeit the door's not finished on the front, is even better. So without keep on going on, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to ask any questions about it, feel free to ask. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good rest of the day.